All right, y'all. So look, yesterday we showed you our tile application, how we go about it. Remember, I showed you we start with the back wall on the ledger board. We put this one followed by this one because here we are, 8 rows up. Let me see that. 8 rows up. Look, that's why we do that. Okay, we're 8 rows up, and both those corners are on point. So now I want to show you, just in case you thought, look, we're getting ready to wrap this miter right here, and I want to show you how we go about it. I know everybody does things differently. I know everybody's different, but some guy reached out to us and said, that it does not matter. It doesn't matter at all because grout will dictate a line in that corner. Well, first off, grout don't go in that corner. 100% color match silicone does. And secondly, it depends on who you ask, because I'm telling you, as perfect as we can get this back wall, if we did that back wall by itself and started doing this wall, as perfect as we could get that, plumb, everything, we would need to tweak one of those tiles for whatever reason to get that pinstripe line. So, everybody's got an opinion, but I'm just telling you, to get a pinstripe line like that, that's the safest way that we know how to get it per tile. You can correct things along the way. As you can see, we've had several little tweaks. Think about this. We're using 16ths. We're going up with subway tile. A lot of the tile you got, rectified, laser cut, all that sort of stuff. It all plays a role. So when you're dealing with 16ths and you're walking, 8 feet in the air, it's very easy to get off a 16th or this or that or whatever. So that is why we do this. Set a tile back here, set this one, continue that run, and then follow in suit, 1 row at a time. Because all this comes together, it's as perfect as we can humanly get it. But anyway, I just want to tell you about that. On to the miter. We do the miters the same way. As you can see, I already got the thin set up there. Everything's ready to go. And I'm going to start with this one right here. I'm going to set him in just so I can get up here. Because along the way, any tile guy will tell you, any bathroom guy will tell you, if they're good at what they do, there's always things you got to tweak along the way to make as perfect as you can get them. Don't let nobody tell you different. So look, we start out. I set this one in here, and all I'm going to do is get it up in the air with my spacers. And I want to show you, what's going on here. Because we do these the same way as we do those. Okay, that's in there. I'm right on point. I can see my line. I'm right on point. But in order to keep those corners perfect, let me show you this. I'm going to grab this other one here. Bear with me. I'm on the bucket now, Tom. I never thought I wouldn't be tall enough or something. So now I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to grab this one. And I'm going to go ahead and set him down. And let me tell you something. It's great when we do layouts. Now look how bad that's off. Don't worry about it. I'm going to show you something. When we do layouts and things like that, we not only do the tile layout, we're worried about everything. As you can see over in this corner, we started off the wall a little bit because we knew we were putting shiplap on this wall, okay? So I didn't want to be choked up on the wall because I already knew I put a big level on this wall and I already knew it wasn't plumb. So I figured out if the top was coming out, if the bottom was kicked out, I figured all that out on the front side. So then when I sit over here and go up the wall, I know that shiplap is a 1/2 inch thick. Plus we're going to skirt it with a little pretty blue trim piece that goes with the shiplap. So I know minimum I've got a 1/2 inch over here to play with. So that's why it's kind of cattywampus. If this wall was plumb, we would have probably made that touch the wall all the way down if we would have been painting this wall. But when we knew we were doing the shiplap, it's always good to look ahead at what you're doing, because now we don't have to fight this corner over here and possibly have to cut another tile and all that jazz. So here it is. I got it up here. And another reason I leave this gap, I want to show you something, because you can see this joint right here. Okay, we need to slide forward and close this. And I'm going to show you how we do it. People that have watched us for a long time, they know we run around with about every screwdriver you can imagine because they're handy. Little spots, little situations, little things where my fingers are too big, I need to get into places, we roll around with all those guys. So look, check this out. I'm going to go ahead and get this up in the air where it needs to be so that it's right on point with this one. And now look, I'm going to hold this out over here. I'm going to take my screwdriver and watch this. See how I'm sliding that out? Now I've got more than enough thin set back there to absorb that. Okay, that's why we cut it this way. We put extra thin set back in there to push past where we needed to be. And when I stuck this in here and turned, it pushes it right up front, right in line with this guy. Then I can come over here and look at my line, how they meet, and realize this needs to go in just a hair. So now that it's in place, now I can take this one I just set and I can push that in ever so slightly. Right there it is. Once you have that like that, then look. Take your piece of tape. I put it on the side that needs to be pulled, which was this side. Because now when I push this tile this direction, well, geez, Tom, it would help if I get my tape straight. I might have to break out a ledger board for my tape, Tom. Now look, I want that to close just a smidge better. There it is, right there. Once you get it, fold that tape over. And look, it'll hold that sucker shut. Picture perfect. Till the next one, you guys. Hope this helps you at home.